Welcome back everyone to another episode of Satisfactory 1.0. I am Andrea Dev, and if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It does help a lot. So without further ado, let's jump in and get things rolling. What are we gonna do this time? Well, I had to kind of like roam around our factory, and I have to run some number because today we are getting into phase 3. Yes, you got that right. So we got all tier 6 almost done. We do have our latest factory, which is still a work in progress. It's just down there, like very far away. We need to start get our hands and producing Modular Engine. Now, if we go and check for Modular Engine, we're gonna see that we just need motors, rubber, and smart plating. But guess what? We already producing them. We have enough for creating a factory for 10 modular engine per minute, which is a lot. I guess that the first step would have been to try to understand where are we getting all this material. So in here we are producing 20 rubber per minute, and we just have 3 machinery, which means that we're producing 60 rubber per minute. Things is, this is not enough, so we're gonna have to fix it, because if you run some calculation, you'll see that we need 150 rubber per minute, which is a lot. At the moment we're pushing everything down that line, and yeah, everything goes processed through our fuel generators in here. So most of it gets just burned down to produce electricity. I think I need to kind of like rebalance a little bit and make sure that everything in here gets fed in and fed out, the right output and input. But it's not gonna be done in this episode. What are we gonna do in this episode? Ouch! What are we gonna do in this episode is try and make this factory connected by train? Question mark? I don't know. I think that the most sensible things to do in here will be probably have a truck, because we have this little truck that goes from here. It could go straight away down to our main factory, and I was thinking I should really try and get everything connected straight away. And we have a road in here, so we need to do a little truck station. I was thinking maybe I could do some train. Then if I use train, I'm gonna have to kind of like create a train station that's floating in the water. So, well, I mean, like not floating, but it's gonna have to go on this side. Now, the advantage of having a train station is that I could have just a train with 2 carriage, and is it called carriage? Scrap that, freight car. And I can basically create a train station with alternate empty space in between. So we are loading up the rubber, and that rubber that comes from this storage, I guess, yeah, is gonna go straight away to our factory down there. We do have a smart plating as well, and before arriving in here, I made sure to kind of like move all our production line from a whooping, I guess it was like 2 per minute, and I have like 4 assembler, so it was like 8 to 20. So I overclocked it, I put everything in, and now we are able to kind of like produce 20 per minute. So let's recap what are we gonna do. We are gonna start by creating a train, because I thought about it. The tractor, not really. We really want to use a good source of fuel, and tractor use coal and blah blah blah. You already know the drill. It's gonna take so much time. Instead, if I just create a little train station that goes like back and forward straight away, I guess that's probably in here, like so. I'm just gonna go straight away. We're gonna be able to first load some rubber, and then whoosh, and then arrive to the factory of motor in here, where we're gonna load in this little line, which is gonna be have train on it. Arrive in here, load our motor. Probably gonna do a little bit of buffer after the buffer. So basically everything that's not stored in here, it's gonna go out to the train station. And I checked, and we are producing 20 motors as well per minute on this side of the factory, so all good. And we are gonna grab the train that's gonna go one way straight. So station 1 load there, station 2 load second fray, and then we are gonna place it. I don't know if it's gonna go down or up, so you know, above or below, because I just want to make sure that it looks cool. I might just move that little contraption on the floor and then go with the train on top of it. But yeah, we are aiming to bring everything on top of that piece of factory, because that's where we are producing smart plating. So now that I think about it, we not only are producing smart plating, but that little factory there can be upgraded as well. We could do much more, because I think that we are still having Mark 1 miners, and we now have unlocked Mark 2, so we can produce much more. We can overclock them, and we are definitely gonna do something down there, but we will see. Times will tell what we're gonna do. So for now, the only thing that I need to do is that, well, one, restart this entire factory, because I removed the power from it, and yeah, there was like a moment of panic that I had, because like my electricity was just not working. So I need to create now the piece of factory that it's basically assembled these three materials, so rubber, motors, and smart plating, and we should have our modular engine factory. I start to enjoy it, because we already have started to have a lot of product, and we just have to drag them around the map. If you look at it, we are not even like done discovering half of the map. We are just starting exploding these tiny itty bitty pieces in here. Look how much there, and there is plenty of node and resource that we're gonna have to dig through as soon as we can. Yes, so let's I would say I'll start to finish this train station here, because it's just me basically placing a tons of concrete one behind the other, and then I have to find a way to actually connect everything on top. So I might even just get upward and on the right and let the train station on top of our main factory. I don't know if it's a good idea, honestly, but yeah. Or maybe I just create some sort of train station on this side nearby the elevator, and then I kind of create a bridge that drops all the product in here, because at the end we did the same things with the factory for heavy modular frame, where we have that, oh, sorry, that's a very sensible mouse, we have that train factory down there that import and drop with elevators into our factory. So maybe something like that. So I'll do these beats, and then I'll be right back with the final result. Alright, so that was a little bit tricky, but I finished the first and the second station. So in here we got the first station, which is gonna be the one that it's going to be loading. Let's start to mark this. It's gonna load rubber. So we're gonna have basically, probably I'm gonna pass underneath the resources. Oh, maybe I should just build this the other way around. Yeah, I think I'm gonna build just the other way around. And the back freight is going to be containing rubber. And then in the middle I left an empty space, so I can basically place in the next station, which I'm gonna show in a second, the motors. So it's gonna look similar to this. It's very far away, but we should be able already to see it down there. Very far away. I'm gonna show it more closely, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna revert this the other way around, and not yet very comfortable with the sizing of how train should be, but I found out that if I have a 5 foundation per train station, just like the foundation that this train occupies, so this train station occupied 5 foundation. So if I place 5 plus 5, it makes a good turn, so to speak. Yeah, let's make this nice 180 turn. And I have a signal down there that kind of like say, okay, if a train comes down, let it get out from there and restart the whole cycle and go straight to it. I'll show in a second down there the next station and the lift that I gave up with a 2 meters ramp. So before actually moving to the next factory, I wanted to kind of like show this little setup contraption thingamabob. Basically, we are buffering rubber now in the storage, and so it's gonna allow us to make sure that once the item, well, at the moment is not working because we do not have electricity connected to it just yet, but once the item are gonna be passed down into the storage, we basically do a very simple things. So this central storage, which is now full, is packed, so it's gonna be able to provide us at least with the initial boost. And I place in here smart. Oh well, yeah, my fault. Sorry. There we go. And now it should pass. There we go. Now it should filter everything that goes into the sink. Is gonna go all the excess rubber that we were before producing and placing into the awesome sink is now gonna be redirected to the other factory. And yeah, this is a little bit of an idea at the moment. I'm not sure that I'm actually keep it this way. I also rotate this loading frame because yeah, I didn't want to create nothing weird with these little roundabout, because otherwise I would have to pass the resources underneath it. It would be a really bit weird, a little bit of a mess. But yeah, that's this. So this part here, it's well, not finished, but I'll say that it's at a very good point. We are just missing now the electricity, and I'm pretty positive that we do have some electricity that we can connect ourselves. So let's place a cable in here. There we go. I want to say that if I can place another cable in here, I can then connect these to these, and that should be enough for having our platform online. And yeah, perfect. Is now even loading items, so we're gonna let it run, we're gonna let it do his things. I didn't place no train just yet because I want to complete the whole line. This time I did it a little bit better, so let me show you the other train station. There we go, and this is our second train station. The idea here is that we are gonna have just the first train loading motors from the top of our factory. So I'm gonna just create a little bit elevator, and the elevator is gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna create the buffer up there or just in front of the train. I'm not sure. I do have some space in here, so probably in here, but we will see. I'll see in a second. And also I'm using 2 meter ramp to go up. I absolutely don't like this. I think that there is a better way to do it. I just don't know which one it is yet. Maybe use the 1 meter, but then just to raise the train is gonna require forever. What I did in here is that I divided in, I think, 10 ramp each, and then connected from the center forward and so on the other side. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's gonna do the job for now. I am slowly learning how to use train, and I think that I'm gonna move very soon to a system where, imagine that instead of having a train and a pillar, you're gonna have 2 lines that goes left and right, and it just create a loop back and forward. So I can have multiple train going on this line, and then each train can rotate and kind of like guide and steer through the station that it needs to go. There is another things that I noticed by looking at other players, is that everybody is so afraid of crashing, and they should. But I have a plan for not crashing, and my plan is simple. It's like I'll just gonna build everything just like it would be a road, and everything is gonna be roughly anti-clockwise coming and clockwise going. Yeah, it's like, basically, because my first train was there and it goes down here, and now this one goes up here, I'm gonna have to make sure that whatever is coming this way comes on anti-clockwise, and whatever goes up comes clockwise. So every time that they rotate clockwise, and this one gonna rotate anti-clockwise as they currently do, I think. So yeah, fun stuff. I'll try and arrive down there, I think, and see if I can. Actually, it's probably better if I finish this station, and at the end I'm just gonna drop the train there and see what I can do. This is require an absurd amount of time, but I'm happy that I have everything already prepared, because I'm having so much fun just now, or making things more efficient and trying to organize them a little bit better. So yeah, I'll slap a little bit of buffer in here. We're gonna try and get everything from up there, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so let's start by this little contraption. So basically, as well in here, what are we gonna do is that we're gonna make sure that the storage is always full and that the dimensional depot is always loaded. And then on top of that, well, not on top of that, but just before, we are gonna make that everything that's overflow, which means that everything is now currently producing, is gonna go down into this little buffer area here. And this buffer area is gonna, ouch, this buffer area is going to load everything on the train. At the moment I don't have an empty platform in here. I hope it's not a problem. That's gonna be that's gonna be a problem for when I'm actually placing everything. But yeah, I would rather just rotate this the other way around, or backward, and then pass the conveyor belt in a weird position, rather than have to move everything else. So yeah, that's that. I think that if I rotate this miner the other way around, I do have enough these two platforms to place an empty space. But yeah, that's gonna be after. So one thing that I really have to do now, it's make sure that this factory is on, because I do have a power switch in front of the factory, and yeah, I turned it off at some point. Let's see, our max consumption is raising by a lot. And what is this? Our current power grid. Well, the power grid B is basically this current grid. I still am not super sure how these two work, because to be fair, they look the same exact data to me, but then the consumption is different in here, and then this is ramping up, so I don't know. The capacity is 8,000 at the moment, but I know that there is more oil that we can use and other form of electricity coming, so I'm not even worried about it. Whenever we cap, we cap. It is what it is. But for now, yes, we are producing motors. As you can see, it restarted. Everything obviously gets pushed directly in there. And yeah, we just need 20 motors per minute, so plenty, I would say. Now, last bits of this train before we actually pass to the motor factory. It's making sure that everything reach the factory and we have enough space there for smart plating. Now, I could potentially get the smart plating out and kind of like place them into some sort of elevators or area, and then create an extra factory there, rather than just pile up factory one on top of each other. So I can kind of like diversify, make them a little more prettier, because at the moment that current factory that we have there is just an orange box, very boring, and I really want to start to get into decoration. So yeah, that's that. So I'll make sure to basically now create an area, because I think that what I really want to do now, it's a factory, a separated factory. It just makes sense to me at this point, and it's not gonna require a lot of space, because we technically need just 10 manufacturer, which it doesn't sound a lot, but it is quite a bit. Even if we place 5 and 5 and then we split from the middle all the output, it's gonna require us a little bit of preparation. We cannot just place them there straight away. So I will make sure that there is enough space for this manufacturer, and trying to get the smart plating to be delivered somehow to the factory. And Actually, I will probably just draw the factory down and then I'll show you guys how it looks like and then we move forward from there. Alright, so that took a little bit longer than I was expecting. I managed to get, as I was mentioning before, a platform which is gonna be like a little bridge and is gonna bring all our resources past them underneath the concrete factory, which eventually I would love to block out and kind of like close and give it a little bit of a better shape. And all our smart plating are gonna come from this side, and everything else should come from this train station. So basically everything arrives in here, is gonna end up in one of those storage container, and that is gonna be a little bit of a buffer for us if we have a lot of resources, which we should, at least in the beginning. Then everything comes through this side, and this in this center we are gonna start to merge and divide all the resources. Now, I haven't figured out yet a way to properly merge conveyor belt into the manufacturer. I did it once and it was like a mess. I had elevators and things everywhere. So now I'm just gonna try and understand a good pattern for basically just passing these 3 items, because if we look into it and we want to create modular engine, we need 2 motors, 15 rubbers and 2 smart plating. So basically we should be able to grab just 3 conveyor belt, and I want to say that it's 100% possible that we could create a blueprint, and then the blueprint is just gonna have 3 entrance elevators, so 1 on top of each other with 3 conveyor belt, and then I just connect all the conveyor belt with some splitters. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just try and draw down 1 and see what I can come up with, and yeah, we will see how it goes. And obviously everything comes out from the back and get merged into the front of the factory, which is technically is the back, but yeah, detail I guess at this point. So this is not yet the final version. I'll have to play around with it a little bit and see if I'm happy. And we do have a little bit of space in the back, so if I need to get more space in the middle, I kind of like left one foundation and sun, just because I know that sometimes if I have to place multiple elevator it gets tricky. I don't want to get to the place that I don't have enough space and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it. Now I'm gonna go make sure that all the connection are in place, or at least try and see what's the best way to do it. I mean, like, I'm looking at this contraption in here, and boy oh boy, I'm not happy with it. I don't even know if it's gonna work. It should technically work if I place these in here, but yeah, I think I need to place before the splitters, and then I need to connect my elevator to the splitters. And basically right now I did vice versa. I did it not vice versa, I did the other way around. So yeah, let me see if it actually works. I'm just gonna play some conveyor belt demo, I guess, at this point. Well, smart plating is the only thing that I can pull out at this moment, but yeah, I'll see if I can actually place anything in here and see how it goes. Okay, so yeah, I guess that this is gonna be the final version of it. I am positive that this locked in place, and they 100% started from the splitter. So now the basically is the only way for me is just start to have object coming in and hope that oh, wait a second, is this conveyor belt gonna be, I mean, like, it doesn't look bad. It looks kind of, oh, it looks okay. I'm not sure that I like this because I cannot see the conveyor belt, but at the same time this is just like stuck in it. I wonder if I can do it smaller. Let me test in here. Oh wow, so actually I can do this mini contraption. I wonder if it actually works or is just visual. Because if it does work, I could have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kind of like a blueprint. I'm gonna have to delete everything and redo it everything from scratch. But yeah, that's a possible solution. Does it look ugly? Do let me know in the comments. So like I said, this is a good time to remember everybody that if you are enjoying the series, and you know, make sure to like the video and please subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you know you never miss an episode of Satisfactory. And let me know as well in the comment if something that I'm doing or the microphone is too high. I always looking forward for feedback on not only the gameplay and tips and tricks as some user did, and write me on Discord and write me on all the other channel on the social. I'm very appreciate everyone that did take the time to actually write me. So yeah, I'm read everything. I reply to all the comments. And I guess at this point that I'm gonna have to go and kind of like study a better way, because I'm not against it, but at the same time I'm not 100% happy. I don't know if it makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna need the blueprint, and the only blueprint is like very far away. I think I need to build another blueprint machine somewhere in here and behind here. Yeah, I guess. Oh, darn it. Alright, so that's gonna be the contraption that I went for now. I think that it's not perfect, but it's gonna get the job done. And yeah, it's like quite easy to do, and they occupy only four tile, and there is one exactly in the middle. I just have to push one of the two row well, 1 meter behind, because this one doesn't start straight away at the corner, it starts 1 meter behind, which means that I'm gonna have to come in here and destroy everything. But first, before I forgot, I need to save this blueprint. I need to do a little bit of cleansing in here, but most of these are already quite good. There you go, we set the right icon and let's save it. Done. Now the fun part. I need to come eradicate everything. I mean, like not everything. This one is already one behind. I just have to start to delete this one in here on this side and then connect them with the blueprint. So I'll be right back in a second. Well, darn it. So I just realized one thing, that if I do want to put these in series, I'm gonna have to just place these elevators and this part in here manually, because I'm not gonna be able to get a straight line and face another one, because they are not gonna be mirrored. They are all gonna be facing each other and splitting into each other. So yeah, that's not gonna work unless I kind of like get the other one on this other side, and then I remove from one side the splitters, and then I just connect this splitter with the elevator on the other side. But that's gonna be ugly, so I will just put them 5 and 5 in line. So gonna place basically 2 line of manufacturer that yeah, they're gonna face that side, and in here we're probably gonna have like a split, and we're gonna divide them you know, in 2 line. From here we're just gonna have a split, and we're gonna go left and right, or maybe a manifold. It's probably best. Well, I mean, like, even if it's I'm gonna probably create a load balancer for resources rather than just a manifold. On top of that, there is 4 in here. I don't need it. Probably I'm gonna have to delete 1 row, and I'm just gonna remove the highest, because well, for aesthetic purposes, I guess. But yeah, give me a minute. I'll just gonna smash down all of this manufacturer, and we'll take it from there. I just need a second because I did a boo-boo. I did a boo-boo, and boo-boo, it's very simple. I placed them the wrong direction. They were supposed to be all rotated facing the other side, because it goes left to right, and now all the input are on this side in here. So obviously, because the input are on the right side from our point of view, they need to be all facing right to left, so the other way around, because the input are all rotated. Oh my lord. It do happen. It's like I placed everything, and then I was like, oh, perfect. Now I can start and place the conveyor belt. I went and placed the conveyor belt, and it was like, oh, all the arrows are pointing the wrong direction. How is that possible? Well, it is. Okay, let me fix this boo-boo very quick. Very quick, I quote very quick. Alright, well, now that everything has been placed in place, yeah, it's been connected and everything has been interlaced and whatnot, we are left with connecting the electricity and setting up the recipe in all of these beautiful manufacturer. So I'm gonna basically copy and paste into this machine, and voila, everything is done. We are just now to find a nice and decent electricity, which I think I'm gonna just stole from this factory in here in a second, not straight away, but we should be very close to our goal. And our goal is to start producing 20, wait, what am I saying? 10 modular engine with these 10 manufacturer. I start to get my numbers wrong at this point. It's been a long day. It's very late right now, and I have been playing for quite a while. So forget to have straight number from me at this time. At this point, so let me see what I'm missing. I am missing just this last connection. Let's connect this with the front pole. That's it. And this one, we are gonna place it in here so that we can try and hijack this power connection. Okay, so this was in here since well, since inception, since we start the factory. So I guess it's time for us to kind of like at least place it in a better position. I don't want to say completely move it because you know, but at least reallocate it into a position where it does not bother anyone. And from here I can get one in the back, and we can let these two factory speak to each other's. Well, be connected to each other's. Is this connected? No, it is not. What is it? Yes, and there we go. So now we have everything that's needed. We have all the connection done. I think that possibly next step is drop the train in and see if the train actually does what it's supposed to do. Hopefully it's gonna do what's supposed to do. And or we could connect the smart plating. I guess that the smart plating is very easy. Let's go and try and work out how this train has to work. I just realized that this train is called Lecce, which is a famous station in Italy. Well, famous station. It's definitely a station in Italy. But let's see if we can set it up as it should. So all of these should be unload. Perfect. Let's mark these as unload as well. Awesome. Now, where are we going? We need to get a timetable. And what we want to do is that we want to get this train from... Well, we are in Lecce. Ah, yeah, well, there's no train, isn't it? Oh, of course there's... Alright, let's place this first locomotive in here. And then we're gonna get a freight 1 and 2. Amazing. So from here, as I was saying, we're gonna select this train and we're gonna edit the timetable. Where is it gonna go? Is it gonna do Lecce? Is gonna be the first. The second one is gonna go to Stockholm, and then it's gonna go Amsterdam. And I don't remember if I need to go say that it needs to go back to Lecce, or if it, obviously the next one is the first one of the next round. It's gonna be Lecce, where it drops everything, and then it goes like Stockholm, where it's gonna load the rubber, and then to Amsterdam, where it's gonna load the motors. So let's save this current train. That's fine. I know that I can call it something. So this is gonna be... What did we call the other one? Well, I could call modular engine, just like whatever we are producing. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's turn on self-driving. So our train is now on the go. Everything is connected. I guess it's do we need to do, I don't remember if I need to actually manually load and unload. Right now there is nothing, so I guess the train after this is just gonna go. Should we do one round with the train and see? So let's see what it does. I'm very surprised that this way down is very smooth. I'm very happy about it. So now it should go on the right side. Perfect. And it should start to brake. It goes like, brake, brake, we're gonna get into this refinery. Where is my train station? There's, oh yeah, there is just one in here. Duh, of course. I think I did a boo-boo. And I'm saying this because... Oh, no. So this one is load the piece of the train in the back, the freight in the back. So freight number 2, if you want to say. And now, after this station, Stockholm, we are gonna arrive to Amsterdam. I have to say the animation and everything is like phenomenal. I'm enjoying it like heavily. And there we go. Now we are supposed to load the first freight with motors. Beautiful. This is done as well. Let's go to the next station. Now is it going to... It's going to the right direction? I'm not sure. Did the arrow... I didn't see the arrow, but I would say that our experience in here was enough for us to say that everything is working as expected. I think that I already changed this arrow because otherwise it would have went... Yeah, I did to say that it needs to go on the right side. We are now unloading everything. Let's go in here and let's start to... Can I do these things? So like clear blueprint. Yes, thank you. Take all. There we go. Perfect. So the train is on its way again, and we can finally see... Oh, look how many motors and look how much rubber. We are already packed. We are ready to go. So let's start. I'll start by basically placing, well, some conveyor belt first in here, in the output, obviously, like so. And 1 and 2. Now I think that I'll just do something very simple. I will place 2 storage container, one roughly there and the other one in here. We got plenty of space. I don't see why we should not kind of like indulge in having massive area in between. Now, can I connect this directly? I definitely can. It's a little bit downward, but I'm happy with that. For now, it's not a problem. And what are we gonna do? We are gonna have our first conveyor belt, like as much as I can on the right side here. And the second one is gonna be in here. This is a little bit... I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to say it's a little bit janky, but it is. It's a little bit of a janky solution. But if it works, it works. So, sue me. So this is now enough, steep enough to be able to be connected directly. this one is gonna go in the bottom row, at the bottom row. Now, what's missing? The only one missing here is this one. And we are gonna do something like so. Perfect. Place a conveyor belt. Will I be able to? I should be able to. I had to do a little bit of parkour. If you don't know the reference, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. So there you go. I guess that this is now the height, the highest part. So smart plate. Smart plate. It should be quite straightforward. Now we have so much space in here, and I don't really want to just slam them like this. But for the time being, actually, you know what could be very cool? Have the wall with the conveyor belt wall. There we go. And then we have to just pass by with... well, there was a door, but I feel like I went straight through. Detail, I guess. What's happening there? Can I connect to these, please? Thank you. Perfect. Done. Done and dusted. So, I don't know what's happening with door, but... or I'm transparent, I don't know, but it works. And if I can pass through, I can pass through. That's that. I cannot believe we are almost there. This was like, I want to say easy, but I had to place those manufacturer multiple times, which was quite annoying. But that's my fault, so that's on me. Well, we have now everything going in. Everything is getting filled. Motors are coming, smart plating are coming. We can see that the first few manufacturers start producing. What are we missing? Well, I realized that I forgot to place the output, which should be pretty easy, I want to say the least. And why easy? It's because there is so much space that I 100% didn't calculate ahead of time, because why would I, right? Another thing that I learned recently is that if you are in with a conveyor belt and something is very close to it, you can just aim to the port and double click, and it's gonna connect to the closest port that is available. Beautiful, because this could help a lot if you are building very compact machinery and whatnot. So that's like a pro to me. All right, and the last one, last but not least, like so. So we are start producing some engine, and I'm assuming that I need to do same things on the other side. Well, this should be pretty straightforward, I guess. I wonder if that little horn that the train does when he arrived at the station can be removed, because it's nice the first 3 times, then it starts to get annoying. So that's that. Now these should be the last few bits and bobs, because after this we just need to store them. Store all our goodies. Now, because we have enough space in here, I wanted to store things this way. So basically have a storage in here. Let's see if I can... I mean, like, I don't want to place it flush with the door. Maybe a little bit centered, just for aesthetic reasons. Then we get a merger that push into our... Well, maybe I hold the hologram. There we go. And yeah, that should be it. We are super duper ready. Place this in here. Where is it? This last conveyor belt. Thank you, sir. And yeah, we are now starting to produce engine, and very soon we're gonna have, well, 500. And the beautiful things is it's just in here. We don't need to go nowhere. We don't need to arrive nowhere. At the moment, I don't even know what I should use this engine for, but I am 100% sure that it's gonna be used for something at some point. Possible. I can look into this recipe, can I? Is it used for other things? used in something. It's used in something. I just don't have access to it just yet. Another things that I'm slowly doing is getting this versatile framework slowly with me. It's uh it's a process. It's a process, and just like putting 150 at the time, and it is taking forever, literally, quite literally. But yeah, it's happening. So we are producing the versatile framework, and today we finish our modular engine phase. So before actually going, I will start. As you can see, that we had 30 before, and now we have 40. And if we wait a minute, we're gonna have 50, because we are producing 10 modular engine per minute, which is a huge amount. So as I was saying, before actually closing, I will make sure to show you guys the final result of the factory. I think that I'm gonna go for a little. I'm starting to have this sort of brutalisms kind of vibe. I do enjoy it, even if it's kind of like mix with some art deco abstraction things. So like the side for the factory, I don't want them to look like just a building. I am enjoying having them like some little piece of structure that not only kind of like are functional because they're producing something, but they decorate the environment and make it prettier. So yeah, I'll be right back once everything is done, and let's see this time what I'm gonna come up with. I wanted to go and grab the versatile framework so we can kind of like unlock at least part of phase 3, and the 500 engine. And I realized that I got a tons of stuff that I need to just chug into the dimensional depot, and we absolutely need to start to upgrade it because it's taking forever. I'm just here waiting for this dimensional depot to upload everything. Yeah, quite annoying. So possibly it's something that we're gonna work next, upgrading our dimensional depot. All right, so that took a little bit of time, and yeah, I had to kind of like play a little bit around with shape and whatnot. This column, let's say that is slightly touching the train, but slightly, okay? We will close our eyes for this specific thing. And yeah, I'm not sure yet how tall I want those columns, but the masterpiece, I think that the best part of this factory is the front. Yeah, I don't know how to. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, it's basically a beautiful factory with a seaside view. So I might have to just build out some column to support the structure because at the moment it's floating. But I'm very happy about it. And you know what? I realized that I walled my entrance. So I was planning to have an extra line of floor in here, which is gonna give me an entrance to the factory, which I wanted this one to be. So let's say that this factory now is gonna be the first factory on the seaside, which is doesn't look like it's fully open because at the moment we had I finished the fuel. That's what's happening. At the moment we had our rig oil, and we had our motor factory, which was like an open structure. But this is a quite beautiful structure. I hope that well, that hurt my ego more than anything else. My ego more than anything else. But as I was saying, this factory is the factory that is gonna be our first little project that it's super functional because we're creating a whopping 10 modular engine per minute. I might change this little contraption in here and play somewhat of like more grid. I think that I'm gonna play some the frame foundation just because I like it better. It feels like it's actually a structure that you could pass things through. But yeah, that is gonna be a wrap for today's episode. So thanks for joining me on our journey of conquering the planet in Satisfactory. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did playing. Be sure to subscribe And if you want more episodes like this, and do drop a comment below, let me know what you like to see next. Thanks for watching. Bye.